Yo, what's up guys, it's Nice Pasta, and today I'm going to be playing Sonic Utopia. And a million people have played this game, but I think it's time for me to finally record my playthrough of it. I think I'm pretty okay at this game, and I'm going to say that and I'm going to suck ass, but whatever, you know, it's cool. I love sucking ass. Woo! I really wish I could homing attack out of that jump right there. So I recorded a little bit of this before, but my mouse was in the way. It was on the screen, and that kind of like OCD'd the shit out of me, so I didn't want to keep going with it. But anyways, I was talking about it last time when I was recording, the reward of speed in Sonic the Hedgehog. And there's a couple things that I actually want to talk about in this video that this game does for me. So, for one, when you go off a slope, so I'm going to give an example. I'm going to go ahead and find my spin dash button. When you do this, and you jump up, you can get a higher jump. So let's get a better jump than that. And when we're going off a tall slope, you can get a pretty high jump. The more speed you have, the higher your jump will be. The more speed you have, plus the slope that you're on, you can get a very high jump height. And this is very rewarding for the player, because the player sees this, and they see, look what I did, I broke the game. And they didn't really break the game. What they did is they used the laws and the physics of the game to make their own experience as they play through the game. They made their own way. They made their own path, you could say, I guess. And you're not really breaking the game when you're doing this. You're just simply following the rules that the developers set up for you. But it doesn't feel like it. And that's fantastic. That's something that Portal, the original Portal, did. It made you feel like the whole game was going to be in that test lab, and you were basically just going to continue doing the tests. When you got the opportunity to break out, and I don't think I'm spoiling this for anybody, when you got the opportunity to, you know, go away from the cake and kind of go and explore the back end of the laboratory, that gave you a feeling, or at least it gave me a feeling, of solving something that was greater than just the game itself. And that's kind of what Sonic does, or at least this game, and I believe Sonic Adventure, the classic series as well, but the Sonic Adventure series as well. And this is a problem that I see. Wow, I really got to this into this stage fast. Oh my god. This is a problem that I see in the newer Sonic games. And the reason for that is, I'll try to do this. Okay, it's not gonna happen. The reason for that is, in the newer Sonic games, you see, they have the boost gameplay, right? And what the boost gameplay does, it takes you from 0 to 1,000 in an instant. And the way that you earn that reward is by killing enemies. But the problem is, it sends you into a loop. And not a Sonic loop. It sends you into a loop of continuous reward. It's almost as if you are constantly getting high. And if you're constantly getting high, and you have the same dosage that brings you to a high, eventually that high becomes normal. And it becomes bland, it becomes stale. So giving the players the chance to boost and hit the max speed instantly takes away the build up to that max speed. Games like Sonic 2, in the chemical plant zone, you can reach speeds to where you're completely like going off the screen. You can reach speeds that are so fast that you wouldn't want to go any faster. Now, in the newer games, maybe Sonic is going faster. But you don't feel that way because you just earn that speed in an instant. Now imagine if you were having sex, for instance. This is a, you know, not a PG channel, so I don't have to worry about this. Imagine if you were fucking, right? And as soon as you stuck your dick in the girl, you just came. It was over. It was over right then. And for some of you, that may be the case. I don't know. I can't say. But imagine that happened. Every time you did it. That's what playing a new Sonic game is like. You instantly get that kind of build up. Or not build up, actually. You instantly get an instant reward, and it's constant. So that constant reward leads to an eventual disappointment. Because you realize that you can't break the game as a player. And it's not hidden. And you may feel like you broke the game as soon as you started with the game. Because you can go so fast. But once that feeling becomes normal, it becomes stale. It becomes bland, like I said earlier. And that's not something we want as a gamer. I don't think any gamer wants to play something that makes them feel bland. And that becomes repetitive. So, the main point here is that if you can constantly reach the same exact speed over and over and over, what is the fun to that? You know what's gonna happen each time you reach that speed. And a lot of the times in the newer Sonic games, there's borders all around you. So you can't go anywhere beyond where you were supposed to go, where the developer wants you to go. So when you're stuck in this kind of loop that I mentioned earlier, you want freedom, and that is kind of where a lot of Sonic fans are. Now, a lot of Sonic fans still like the boost gameplay, love the boost gameplay actually, but I do feel that it's getting tired, at least for me. And honestly, the boost gameplay was tiring from the beginning. This is because I am used to playing Sonic games that reward you for finding the right route and knowing the physics. Sonic, let's say, Sonic Generations, and I'm talking about the modern sections, and Sonic Unleashed do not reward you for knowing physics. And in fact, there's almost no physics to know. There's almost no physics to practice. And when there's no practice to a game, it becomes easy. And I'm not necessarily saying that Unleashed or Generations is easy, even though it is really easy. I'm not necessarily saying that, because there is a lot of cheap difficulty. But that cheap difficulty does not challenge you. It just gets annoying. It just becomes frustrating. So, if Sega were to ever hear this, which I know they won't, they may, I don't know. But they probably won't listen, anyways. I would hope you would understand, as a game developer, the reward and being able to break the game as the player is very important. Because it gives the player something to work at, something to practice, something to continue to refine. I know there are Sonic fans that feel like me. And they have a right to. They have a reason to. So, take a tip, Sega. I love you. Just know I care about you. This has been Nice Pasta with Sonic Utopia, and I am out.